Hello, amazing English learners, and welcome back to the Daily English Subtitled Podcast. I am your host, Osh, and I am absolutely delighted to be spending this time with you today. We're diving into a topic that is not only incredibly practical but also essential for everyday communication: daily routine English. Work and study. Speak about your day naturally. Think about how often you talk about your day. Whether you're meeting a new colleague, catching up with a friend, or even just thinking to yourself, describing your daily routine is a fundamental part of expressing yourself in any language. It's the backbone of small talk, a common question in job interviews, and a fantastic way to connect with people by sharing your experiences. Being able to articulate what you do from the moment you wake up until you go to bed, especially concerning your work or study life, is a powerful skill that builds confidence and opens doors to more natural conversations. Today, we're going to break down the language you need to confidently discuss your daily work and study routines. We'll cover everything from waking up and commuting to your tasks during the day, your breaks, and how you wind down in the evening. My goal is to equip you with the vocabulary, phrases, and sentence structures that will make these conversations flow effortlessly. You'll learn how to describe your habits, your responsibilities, and even the challenges you face, all in clear, natural English. To give you a little context, I remember when I first started learning English, one of the most challenging things was describing my typical day. I knew individual words like work or study, but putting them into coherent sentences that sounded natural was a struggle. I'd often get stuck trying to explain simple things, like what I did during my lunch break or how I commuted to my classes. It felt clunky and unnatural. But with practice and by focusing on common phrases, it became much easier. Now, it's a conversation I can have without even thinking, and that's exactly what I want for you. So, whether you're a student juggling classes, a professional navigating the corporate world, or someone simply looking to enhance your everyday English, this episode is for you. Get ready to expand your vocabulary, refine your expressions, and gain the confidence to speak about your daily routine naturally and effectively. Let's get started. The morning routine. Let's begin our journey through the day with the morning routine. For many of us, the morning sets the tone for the entire day, whether it's a calm start or a frantic rush. Being able to describe these early hours is a great way to kick off any conversation about your daily life. First, let's talk about waking up and getting ready. How do you typically start your day? Do you spring out of bed, or are you more of a snooze button enthusiast? Common phrases include, I usually wake up at time, or I set my alarm for time. If you're like me, you might sometimes hit the snooze button a few times before finally getting out of bed. Once you're up, you might stretch, or do a few quick exercises to get your body moving. Then, it's usually time to get ready. This can involve a series of actions. I take a shower, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I comb my hair, and I get dressed. You can specify what you wear. I put on my work clothes, or I throw on some casual clothes for studying. After getting ready, breakfast is often the next step. Are you a big breakfast person, or do you prefer something quick? You might say, I make myself a cup of coffee/tea, I have a quick breakfast of cereal/toast/oatmeal, or I prepare a healthy smoothie. Some people prefer to skip breakfast or grab something on the go. While having breakfast, you might check your phone for messages, read the news, or listen to a podcast. It's also a good time to pack your lunch if you're taking food to work or school. Then comes the commute. How do you get to your workplace or study location? There are many ways to describe this. You could say, I commute by bus/train/car/bike, or I walk to work/university. If you drive, you might mention, the traffic is usually heavy in the morning, or I try to avoid rush hour. If you use public transport, you might say, I catch the bus/train/subway at time, or the journey usually takes -minutes. Sometimes, you might even work from home, which means your commute is just a few steps to your home office. To make your descriptions more natural, you can also use some common expressions and idioms related to mornings or starting the day. For example, you might hear someone say, the early bird gets the worm, meaning that the person who starts work early has an advantage. Or, a cheerful way to greet someone in the morning is to say, rise and shine. These little phrases add a touch of authenticity to your English. Remember, the goal is not just to list actions, but to describe them in a way that reflects your personal experience and makes your English sound more natural. So, think about your own morning and try to describe it using these phrases. What's the first thing you do? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you get to work or school? Practice saying these sentences out loud. Once you've arrived at your workplace or study environment, a new set of activities begins. This is where you engage with your primary responsibilities and tasks. Let's explore the language you need to describe your work or study day effectively. Starting the day at work or school involves a few common actions. You might say, I arrive at the office/university at time, or I head straight to my desk/classroom. Many people begin by logging into their computer and checking their emails to see if there are any urgent messages or new tasks. You might also check your schedule or review your to-do list to prioritize your tasks for the day. This initial phase is all about getting organized and mentally preparing for the work ahead. Then comes the core of your day, the actual work or study activities. This can vary greatly depending on your profession or field of study. For example, if you work in an office, you might say, I attend meetings, I write reports, I prepare presentations, or I collaborate with colleagues on projects. If you're a student, your day might involve, I attend lectures, I take notes, I study for exams, I do research for assignments, or I work on group projects. You can be specific about your tasks. I analyze data, I develop software, I teach classes, or I conduct experiments. Using active verbs helps make your descriptions more dynamic and engaging. Breaks are an important part of any work or study day. How do you spend your breaks? You might say, I take a coffee break, or I go for a short walk to clear my head. Lunchtime is another significant break. I have lunch with my team/friends, I eat my packed lunch, or I grab a quick bite at the cafeteria. These moments are not just for eating, they're also for recharging and socializing. You might also mention if you use your breaks for personal errands, I run a quick errand during my lunch break. Sometimes work or study can present challenges. Being able to discuss these difficulties is a sign of advanced English proficiency. You might say, I'm facing a challenge with a specific project/topic, or I need to meet a tight deadline. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you could express, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with my workload today. It's also useful to describe how you manage these challenges. I'm trying to balance my workload, or I'm seeking help from my supervisor/professor. These phrases show your ability to communicate about complex situations. Finally, let's consider the technology and tools you use. In today's world, most work and study involve various digital tools. You might say, I use spreadsheets for data analysis, I have a video conference call with clients, I send emails to my colleagues, or I use specific software for my studies. Being able to name these tools and describe their use adds precision to your daily routine description. Remember, the more specific you are, the clearer your communication will be. Think about the most common tasks you perform and the tools you use, and try to form sentences around them. As the day progresses into the afternoon, our focus often shifts towards completing tasks and preparing for the end of the workday or study session. This part of the routine is about maintaining productivity and then transitioning into personal time. Let's explore the language for describing your afternoon and the process of winding down. In the afternoon, you're typically continuing with your main tasks. You might say, I continue working on my project/assignment, or I spend the afternoon writing, researching, analyzing. Many people focus on finishing up their assignments or wrapping up their tasks before the end of the day. If you have meetings, you might say, I have a few more meetings in the afternoon. It's also common to prepare for tomorrow, which could involve organizing your desk, making a to-do list for the next day, or reviewing your progress. When the workday or study session concludes, it's time to leave. You can express this by saying, I leave the office/university at time, or I head home. If your commute is long, you might add, the commute was quite long today, or I got stuck in traffic. For those who work from home, leaving work might simply mean closing your laptop and stepping away from your desk. Once you're home, the focus shifts to post-work or post-study activities, which are crucial for unwinding and recharging. What do you do to relax? You might say, I go to the gym to work out, I cook dinner, or I spend some time with my family/roommates. Many people enjoy hobbies. I read a book, I listen to music, I watch a TV show, or I pursue my hobbies like painting/gardening. You might also have errands to run. I stop by the grocery store on my way home, or I run a few errands before dinner. Reflecting on the day is a great way to process your experiences and learn from them. You can describe your day by saying, it was a productive day, or I managed to get a lot done. If it was challenging, you might say, it was a busy/stressful day, but perhaps add, but I learned a lot. You can also express your feelings, I'm tired but satisfied, or I'm glad the day is over. These reflective phrases add depth to your conversation and show your ability to express emotions and evaluations in English. Think about how your afternoon usually unfolds and what you do to transition from work or study to your personal time. What are your favorite ways to unwind? As the day draws to a close, our evening routines become important for relaxation, connection, and preparing for the next day. This final segment of your daily routine is just as important to describe as the others. Let's look at the language for your evenings and getting ready for sleep. Dinner is often a central part of the evening. You might say, I have dinner with my family/friends, or I cook dinner for myself. You can specify what you eat. I usually have a light dinner, or we often have pasta/chicken/rice for dinner. After dinner, many people spend time with loved ones. We watch TV together, we play board games, or I call my parents/friends to catch up. This is a time for connection and winding down. Beyond dinner and family time, evenings are often dedicated to leisure and hobbies. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? You might say, I read a book before bed, I listen to music to relax, I work on my hobby project, or I watch a movie/documentary. Some people use this time for personal development. I study for a certification, or I practice a new skill. It's important to have activities that help you de-stress and enjoy your personal time. As bedtime approaches, there's a routine for getting ready for sleep. Common phrases include, I take a shower/bath, I get ready for bed, or I put on my pajamas. Many people have a pre-sleep ritual. I read for a bit, I listen to calming music, or I do some light stretching. It's also crucial to set your alarm for the next morning. Finally, you say, I go to sleep around time, or I try to get at least X hours of sleep. Emphasizing the importance of rest, you might add, I need to get enough rest to be productive tomorrow. Your evening routine is just as unique as your morning. Think about how you spend your evenings, what helps you relax, and how you prepare for the next day. Being able to describe these activities in detail will significantly enhance your conversational English skills. Remember, every part of your day offers an opportunity to practice and expand your vocabulary. We have journeyed through an entire day, from waking up to going to sleep, covering the essential language for discussing your daily routine, especially focusing on work and study. Let's quickly recap the key takeaways from our discussion. 1. Start strong. Master phrases for waking up, getting ready, and commuting. 2. Navigate your day. Learn vocabulary for your core work/study tasks, breaks, and challenges. 3. Wind down effectively. Describe your afternoon activities, post-work/study relaxation, and evening routines. 4. Prepare for tomorrow. Articulate how you get ready for bed and ensure a good night's sleep. Being able to talk about your daily routine is more than just listing activities. It's about sharing your life, connecting with others, and building confidence in your English. It's a fundamental skill that will serve you well in countless situations, from casual conversations to formal interviews. Now, for some practice tips to help you integrate this new language into your active vocabulary. Practice speaking to yourself. Narrate your own day as it happens. I am making coffee. I am opening my laptop. I am writing an email. This builds fluency without pressure. Record yourself. Use your phone to record yourself describing your daily routine. Listen back to identify areas for improvement in pronunciation or sentence structure. Find a language partner. Practice describing your day with a language exchange partner. Ask them about their routine too. This makes it a real conversation. Write a daily journal entry. Every evening, write a short paragraph or two in English about what you did that day. This reinforces vocabulary and grammar. Use a routine tracker. Create a simple chart of your daily activities and try to fill it in with new English phrases each day. Remember, consistency is key. Even 5 minutes of practice a day can make a huge difference over time. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of the learning process. Embrace them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. I truly hope this episode has provided you with valuable tools and confidence to speak about your daily routine naturally and effectively. Your progress is inspiring, and I'm so proud of your dedication to learning English. Before we sign off, if you found this episode helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. Your likes and shares help us reach more English learners around the world. And don't forget to subscribe to the Daily English Subtitled podcast for more practical lessons and engaging content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'd love to hear about your daily routine. Share a part of your work or study day in the comments below. What's one new phrase you learned today that you're excited to use? Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll be back soon with another episode to help you on your journey to English fluency.